Hi skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com. Today we're looking at a very unique product, and that is DPS Phantom 2.0. If you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen us kind of teasing the fact that we were testing this stuff. Um, Luckily, we've had a really good October so far in terms of skiing. It's actually November 1st today, but October was great. We were able to get on snow down at Killington and test this new product. But before we dive into that, let's talk about the product itself. So Phantom 2.0 is a permanent waxless glide system. It was announced about a year ago, I think a little less than a year ago maybe, but about a year ago. This is the second version of Phantom 2.0, or of Phantom. So there have been some improvements made to the application process and the performance as well. But essentially, this is a permanent solution to waxing your skis. So you apply it one time, and the difference between a traditional wax and Phantom is a liquid that's penetrating the entire base, and then there's actually a curing process that gets it to molecularly bond to your base. So there's fluorocarbon polymers that are actually bonding to the existing molecular chain of your base material. So drastically different stuff here, and really, really cool. DPS kind of splits it into three categories of benefits. One is permanence. So this is a permanent solution to waxing your skis. Because it's molecularly bonding to your base, it's staying there forever. So a traditional wax, you're applying it to the base of your ski, then using an iron, which is opening up the pores of the ski. So it is kind of getting the wax in there a little bit, but it's not bonding to anything. So much easier, well, drastically easier, a totally different scientific process. Traditional wax wears right off a ski, as I'm sure you know, where this DPS Phantom 2.0 does not. So permanent over the lifetime of your skis, which is pretty darn crazy. The second benefit is performance. Unlike traditional waxes, this will work in all conditions. Any temperature, any snow condition, really anything. Phantom 2.0 is going to works much better than traditional all temperature waxes. And there's some graphs out there that kind of show how this compares to like a Swix high fluorinated wax. You get a short amount of faster skis out of like a high fluoro wax like that, but it really quickly drops off and below the performance of Phantom. So performance is really, really impressive, and that's something that we got to test ourselves down in Killington, which we'll get to. The third benefit that DPS really points out is environment, which really goes along with everything we've been saying thus far. So because this is a permanent application, because those fluorocarbons are molecularly bonding to your base, they're not getting scraped off by the snow and thus entering the water stream, getting into lakes, oceans, all that stuff. Ski wax is pretty bad for the environment, pretty harmful to biological life. So most of us skiers kind of value the environment, and Phantom 2.0 is a way to retain the performance or really improve the performance of your skis in terms of glide, and you're not hurting the environment at all. So we're really excited about this stuff. We are set up as one of the first e-commerce dealers to do Phantom application ourselves. So this in front of me is a DPS Phantom cure station. You are able to do this on your own, and we do have that option available on SkiEssentials as well. So if you're the do-it-yourself type of guy, you can do it yourself. What you need if you're doing it yourself is direct, consistent sunlight, and the temperature can't be cold. You need kind of warm weather and direct sunlight. So it's tough thing to get done in the winter months. Luckily, we are able to, if you're buying a pair of skis from us, we're going to be able to apply the Phantom 2.0 right here in our office, in our warehouse, before it ships out to you. So, you know, your skis are going to arrive at your door, unbox them, and they're ready to go in terms of wax for literally the rest of their life, which is just a mind-blowing change, a revolutionary change to how we think about ski wax and glide performance and stuff like that. So if you're using the Cure Station like we are, the application process is a little bit different. It's mostly just quicker. You basically have a 15-minute soak-in time, a 20-minute cure time, and that's for 2 parts. Phantom 2.0 is a 2-part system, so part A and part B, chemicals in both. I'm not going to get into the scientific reasons why, but you kind of need both to get that chemical bonding process to happen. So we're really excited about it, and I would strongly encourage people to consider this if they're buying a new pair of skis, or even if you're not buying a new pair of skis, you have an existing pair of skis, definitely consider putting Phantom 2.0 on it. I personally am going to do every single pair of skis that I own, and I think most of our staff is right along with me. So pretty exciting, like I said. Luckily, we had a chance to have DPS come here. Our rep from DPS, Mike, did a fantastic demonstration to our staff about the curing process. So we're going to show you that. Skip through it. It's a little bit long. If you don't want to watch the whole application process, there's going to be links on this video in the description to kind of jump past that. But I definitely would invite you to watch the whole thing. It's really interesting. Mike's an awesome guy. And you really get to kind of see the process, the whole application process, and how this is going to benefit your skis. So take a look, and we'll be right back after that.
Right on. I'm Mike from DPS Skis, here to show you how to apply Phantom 2.0. The first thing you want to do is remove, if you have wax on your ski bases, remove that wax and start with a clean base. You can remove the wax in a couple of different ways. At the DPS factory, we simply roto brush the wax off of the skis. We don't use solvents or chemicals, and that seems to work adequately. You can also use an olive oil. That'll remove the wax, and if you do want to use a citrus-based solvent, that's okay too. The important thing is not to leave any of the solvent on the base when you're finished. So that's kind of why we don't use the solvent-based materials. Because then there's no chance of leaving it on there. The Phantom still works, but it just, you know, we don't want any interaction between the chemicals, and, you know, to have them not on there is a better prospect, really. So let's wipe down the bases. I've already removed the wax. This is just ensuring that there are no particles left on there. This is not a normal paper towel. It's really like one that, you know, is made for, you know, a little less fibers. So that's one thing you want to watch. You don't want fibers or anything left on the ski. Protective gloves go on, and then you'll measure out the part A. Phantom's a 2-part product. There's a part A and there's a part B. They both require a 20-minute cure and a 15-minute soak-in. We have, for a normal size ski, dedicated 5 milliliters of A for each ski, and that's the amount that you would use for, this is a 178 size Cassiar 87, and that's a typical size ski. Smaller skis will take less, bigger skis will take more. So I will get this going. 5 milliliters. Very important that you shake this, and I did shake it beforehand. It's been mixed thoroughly. Second important thing, you want to apply it to the running surface only. So don't apply it to the tips and tails where it's going to drip off. This can possibly stain fabrics and or the top sheet of the ski. So you want to, apply it, but be careful applying it. And you simply just are going to drizzle it down the length of the ski. Put the other glove on, and then you'll have just a little squeegee to move the material around. And as you can see, if you had put it here and there, it'd be dripping off the ski now. So that's just why you apply it only to the running surface. So the first pass with the squeegee, you're just basically spreading this around, circular motions. Again, taking care to not make too much of a mess. If you need to appropriate more liquid, you just pull it from one area to the other. Pretty light pressure at this point. I'm just spreading the material around to make sure it's evenly distributed. And then once you have some material, you could spread it to the tip and tail. Making sure to cover everything, even the tail protectors, everything that would attract snow, because you don't want snow sticking to any part of the bottom of the ski. So I have it distributed. What I'm going to do now is use some circular motions and just kind of distribute it a little more evenly across the base. And then this actually helps with the penetration of the base as far as this absorbing into the sintered base material. So I could feel that I have more material up here. I'll move it down here. So you could actually feel that you have a little more material in one place or the other. It's pretty intuitive. So you can apply a little more pressure once it's all evenly distributed. And that's one ski. What you want to do is make sure that none of the product leaked over the ski onto the top sheet, because it will stain the top sheet. And that's one ski. We're going to repeat the process for the second ski. I'll just flip them so I don't have to reach over. And that one is starting the 15-minute soak-in process that's required before it goes into the cure chamber. So I'll do the same thing. Shake it up. 5 milliliters. And we'll repeat the process. If you have people that still want to wax, it's not a deal breaker for Phantom. What we found is that once a ski base has been treated with the Phantom product, a traditional ski wax like an LF or whatever else you're using will stick to that ski base about 30 to 40% longer. So if you have the race guys that still want a top coat, we're selling this as a base treatment. So we've done the 15-minute soak-in process. We're going to remove the excess, and then we're ready to go into the cure station. So again, we're just going to wipe off any excess that remains. And we're ready to put them in the cure station now. So now that we've got the skis wiped down, the excess A part removed, we'll simply put them in the cure station. Just like that. We have the digital control here.
Car wash out of it.
It says Phantom Permanent Glide, and that means it's ready to start. So you press the button, it preheats, you hear the fan come on and the heater. It's at 81 degrees on a preheat cycle now. So this will go to preheat until it hits 104, 106, and then the 20-minute cycle will start and the countdown will begin. The lamps are on. That helps a little bit with the preheating, but really it's the small heater on this end of the unit that really gets it up to the 104 or 106 temperature. The timer will start. The cure station will automatically shut off after 20 minutes, so there's no need to come back here again. Walk away, do something else, and when you come back, it'll look the same. It'll say Phantom Cure Station, and you know it's done, the cure is done, and it'll actually say Cure Complete. Reset it, and you start another cycle. All right?
Pop-Tart's done.
So the cure is complete. We're ready to go to the next step, which is removing the part A so that we can apply the part B to the Phantom product and then let it soak in. So we're ready to remove the part A from the ski base. I'm just ensuring that any product that got on the top sheet is removed so it doesn't stain. That's done, and then we'll simply we'll roto brush the remainder, and this will remove the part A from the ski. That's it. So now that we've applied part A, cured part A, and removed the cured Phantom excess material, we'll apply part B. So shake. Switch the caps, and then we'll again measure out 5 milliliters of liquid. And then again, we'll apply it to the ski base. And the reason you don't apply it to the downward facing is only because it'll drip off. You eventually will apply the part B to the whole thing. But for now, we're just going to drip it down the length of the ski on the running surface only. Okay, grab a glove. And then we'll basically repeat the process with part B, and we'll start with the squeegee, moving the material around. Okay, so it's basically distributed now, and then we'll just work it into the base a little more using circular motions. Again, if you have too much on one part and not enough on the other, it's super easy to move the material around with this little squeegee. Now the 15-minute soak-in starts and we're ready to go. Okay, so we're ready to cure part B. We've done the 15-minute soak-in procedure, and I'll just simply finish wiping off the excess. I've already removed most of it from the skis. So we'll just finish wiping the excess off. And then we'll just check to make sure there's none on the base or top sheet or side. And then they're ready to go in the cure station for another 20 minutes. And that's part B. And then that essentially completes the procedure with the exception of removing the chalky white finish that will present itself when the cure is complete, and then that really completes the process entirely. So we've removed the excess and we're ready to cure part B, so we'll put the skis into the cure station. Alright. Close it up and we're off. This will start the next preheat. Once the temperature is up to 105 degrees, it'll start the 20-minute countdown cycle. It'll turn off and say cure complete, and that's it. All that's left is to remove the Part B cured Phantom, and your skis are then cured and wax free if you so choose for the duration of their life. That's it.
So like I said, we felt really lucky that we were able to have Mike come and do that demonstration for us. This is the actual ski that you saw in that part of the video. So pretty cool that we were able to take a ski, you know, do the cure right in-house, do the application in-house, and then literally like the next day, jump in the car, drive down to Killington and get on snow. Kind of cool early season conditions down at Killington. Mike and Chuck were there all day testing these skis, kind of comparing them against some other skis that weren't cured with Phantom 2.0. So again, we felt really lucky that we were able to do the application, do the cure, and then get them right out on snow. So we're going to show you some of that testing, give you some thoughts from Chuck, and then we'll again be right back after that.
It's real slippery. Hi everybody, Chuck from SkiEssentials. We're here at Killington checking out DPS's new product Phantom. Had to see it for ourselves. We've been hearing a lot about it and a lot of anticipation about it. So we're here giving it our own personal test and going to be bringing in the product and having a cure station of our own. We did this pair in the warehouse with DPS and pretty excited about it. So far so good. It definitely works. Better for the environment, for the average person. Never wax your skis again. And we're testing it out. There's a little bit of natural snow overnight, a bunch of man-made, from kind of thicker, wetter, sloppy stuff to some more frozen. So I think a good variety of different snow, and definitely really happy with it so far. So we'll make some more laps, make some turns. One of the other things we've been hearing is some people, their difficulty with the product of it sticking too much, and or on flats and slow speeds having to break away from the snow, but I haven't found that at all. Again, we did ours with DPS, had the cure station, roto brushed it. Really important to do the process properly. I'm not seeing any negative side effects with slow speeds or the different snows. So pretty flat here, a little sticky, and I'm sliding fine. So really think that some of the negative or less than desirable results are definitely due to not putting the product on properly, but maybe even more importantly, not taking it off fully and properly. So that is definitely key. As long as you do those, I'd say it works.
So yeah, hugely beneficial that we were able to do that testing on our own. I trust anything Chuck has to say about ski performance. He's a great guy to kind of very analytical mind. So if he says it works, I trust him 100%. And just in general, really cool that we were able to do this firsthand. We've read a lot of other people's reviews on Phantom 2.0. There's some high-level athletes out there using it, even in the Nordic skiing world, so there is some kind of anecdotal information out there. But yeah, really fun that we were able to do this kind of firsthand. Pretty cool. We were able to kind of debunk some things like you heard Chuck mentioning. We had heard people say that when you're kind of shuffling through the lift line, like that kind of speed on snow, you could feel it stick a little bit. But we didn't find that at all. And we're pretty convinced that that has to do with how well you're doing the application process, or rather the removal process. Like with a traditional wax, it's really important to remove all the material before you're getting on snow. That's how you're going to get that best glide right away. So really cool stuff. Again, pretty revolutionary in the world of ski wax or glide performance. We would strongly encourage really any type of skier to take advantage of this. Some people really enjoy waxing their skis. It's sure it can be like a bit of a therapeutical process. And the nice thing about Phantom 2.0 is if you're that type of skier, or say you're like a World Cup Nordic skate ski specialist, you can still wax on top of this. So something to kind of keep in mind, and a way to think about Phantom 2.0 is it's a base treatment. It's not actual wax. So that's why they kind of emphasize the waxless portion of it. And if you want to throw on like a really temperature specific high fluoro wax to get, say you're racing a 10K, maybe you'll get like a little bit faster skis out of that first half a K. But for anybody outside, like really high level racers, Phantom 2.0, it's all you need. I'm really excited about it. I like waxing my skis, but I don't find that I have time to keep them as well maintained as I would like to. So just having the ability to apply Phantom 2.0 and really forget about it is, to me, exceptionally valuable. I don't have to worry about a warm day and my base is sticking. You just kind of do it once and forget about it, and your skis are going to perform really well over their lifetime. So that's DPS Phantom 2.0. You can buy it off SkiEssentials right now. If you're wanting to do the application yourself, that's fine. If you want us to do the application, call us for now, and we can handle it over the phone for you. And in the near future, you're going to see a Phantom 2.0 basically add on to a lot of ski product pages. So I think that about sums it up. definitely let us know if you have any questions. This is brand new stuff, so I think a lot of people will have some questions. So leave us a comment if you've tried it. Definitely let us know what you think. We think it's really cool stuff, and hopefully you do too. So we like I said, we are officially back on snow thanks to Killington. So we will see you on the slopes, and yeah, keep doing those snow dances. It got a little warm out this week here in Stowe, so we got some R word coming from the sky right now. So let's get that back to snow. Thanks, guys.